What's up, everybody? This is Marcy with the 101 Boxing Podcast. You already know I got my boy Reef with me. Our goal is to provide y'all with the best boxing content out, breakdowns, predictions, in-depth analysis, breaking news, and anything boxing. Before we get started, Reef, how you feeling, brother?
You already know, man. I feel good. Let's get into it.
We had a good night of boxing. Today we'll be recapping the Ring 3 card. We got David Morrell versus Imam Khataev. We got Subriel Matias versus Alberto Puello. Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. Hamzah Sheeraz knocked out Edgar Berlanga. We'll be talking about that. This was a great night of boxing, man. Great night of boxing. I really enjoyed this card. This card was worth it. Turkey's putting these shows on, man.
So he turned the stove up on these niggas, man. He definitely turned the
Yeah,
stove up.
for
But you could see
sure.
last night. I feel like everybody came to fight last night, and everybody fought last night. So
Yo, every fight could have been a main event. This was a great night. Like, every fight was good. Like, it happens, but like, when's the last time every fight was good like this?
yeah, and I know the last card. I mean, the card before he was calling that the fight of the century. Nah, I think this one may took the cake on that
This
one over
this
that one.
was this was good. I think it even turns the heat up even more for that November
For
22nd.
sure,
Is it the
for sure.
22nd? The one with Dev and
With that, Brian
Benavidez and
Norman, yup.
all that.
Abdullah, yup.
Yeah. Boxing is lit right now. Boxing is hot right now. We definitely in for some more good ones. I love the space that boxing's in right now.
No, for sure. Shout out to Turkey, man.
For sure. Let's start with David Morrell and Imam Khataev. How'd you see the fight? What'd you think about it?
Towards the end of the fight, I was a little confused. I actually did enjoy the fight. You know, it was a very, very good fight in between both of them. But in my opinion, I don't think Dear Morrell asked it off to pull a win off. Katayev was very busy, very active. So was David Morrell, but I feel like David Morrell, he was getting a little too cocky, started playing around. You see, he got dropped off for that. Towards the end, he definitely did pick back up. But I would have liked to see that earlier on in the fight. I feel like Katayev did pull a win off. But, you know, boxing is boxing. I just feel like I definitely want to see the rematch. And yeah, I feel like they robbed Katayev that night. But shout out to Dear Morrell. He got the win.
I seen it the same way. Khataev was way busier. I thought he won a lot of the early rounds. I thought David Morrell was down by a wide margin to going into like midway of the fight. He got dropped, so that was an 8-10 round. He did pick it up at the end. And again, for me, I just think that David Morrell, I don't think this was a talent gap. I do think Imam Khataev is better than we thought he was, but
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
David Morrell really is one of them. So I think that he overlooked him. And when he got in there, he was just doing, he was like, I guess you could use, he was getting too cute for lack of a better
Yeah,
term.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't think David Morrell won this fight. I definitely want to see Imam Khataev again now.
for
Like
sure.
he definitely made me a believer. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Like I said, I think Khataev got robbed, but it was a good fight.
Would you like to see the rematch?
I would see a rematch. I think David Morrell needs to turn it up from the opening bell.
Oh no, for sure, for sure,
But I would take a rematch. That was a good fight. Like we said in the beginning of this episode, like every fight was good. It was definitely a good fight.
for sure.
Dave Morrell got dropped for the first time in his career.
Yeah, and it wasn't a solid drop. It was like he caught him moving backwards, and he like fell into the ropes. But it was still a drop. But like I said, I feel like David Morrell, if he do come back, I feel like he just need to take it more serious and just come in and turn up. Like no playing around, kidding around, and just go in and take care of business. Shout out to David Morrell. Shout out to Katayev. I definitely want to see Katayev back in the ring again, even if it's not with David Morrell. I like to see him again.
For sure. Subriel Matias versus Alberto Puello. Matias got the decision. What'd you see about that one? That was a real good fight too, like I said.
That was a real good fight. And when it first happened, I thought Puello got robbed. I can honestly say I felt like Puello got robbed. But when I actually went back and looked at the fight, Puello just didn't do enough to separate. You know, he really just didn't do enough. Matias was active. Matias was hunting. Matias stayed on him, pressing him. I like Matias did a lot of body work. He invested in the body early. But on the other hand, Puello, I feel like Puello was the better boxer that night. And like I said, when I went back and looked at it, it could have went either way. But after last night judging it, I thought Puello clearly won the fight. But Puello was good. I mean, I feel like he was in there. power shots. He was staying active, moving around the ring and stuff like that. And I also like that he was countering Matias too. Like he was great counter with Matias. I just feel like he just didn't really do enough to give him to the win. But I also don't feel like Matias deserved the win. So I definitely would like to see the rematch. But we already know Matias lined up already again for something else. So shout out to them guys, man.
Thought Puello won the fight. I thought he was the better boxer. I thought he was landing the cleaner shots. I guess I can see the perspective of Matias was busier, but
Yeah,
to me, busier doesn't always mean that you win the fight.
not at
So
all.
I think Puello was robbed. Like I said, he was just a better boxer. He was turning Matias, and when guys get in there with Matias, a lot of people could be scared of his power.
Yeah,
But Puello came to fight. He didn't run. He was using his jab. He was turning him. He was just boxing, and it was
yeah.
I thought it was a good showing from him. I thought he pulled it off. Judges didn't see that way. But Matias hands him his first loss of his career. I'm excited to see both fighters back. Turkey don't fuck around. He
Turkey
went
don't fuck around.
and he went and say, "You'll be fighting in November."
Yeah. I'm definitely waiting to see Matias get back, but I also feel like I don't want to see the Matias that just left come back again. And I know he got a small training camp because he got to prepare for the next fight. He's not going to have that much time off, but I would like to see a better Matias. I know they call him the boogeyman and they say he's this and that. He just doesn't look that special to me last night. And don't get me wrong, Puello is a good fighter. You know, Puello is not like a slouch or anything, but I just felt like Puello should have got that win. But shout out to Matias, man.
Yeah, for sure. Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. Shakur showed the fuck up to fight. Both fighters did.
Yeah,
Shakur got the win. I thought he won by a wide margin. The judges did as well.
that's sure.
How do you feel about Shakur going forward? How'd you see the fight? What do you think about Shakur's game playing? Give it to us.
To be honest, I love that performance last night from Shakur because I feel like he shut all the doubters up. He shut all the critics up. He shut all the haters up. He showed that he could stand inside. He showed that he can trade. He showed that he got power. He showed that he can be physical and aggressive. And I just felt like everything he put on last night was masterclass. Like it was no running. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I really didn't like was him leaning against the ropes a little too much. But hey, he mastered it last night. He looked great. Shout out to Shakur. Zepeda, on the other hand, Zepeda was busy, but Zepeda looked like Zepeda as usual. Just throwing a million punches at a mile a second. Not really hitting nothing. All really arms and shoulders. Shakur was just landing the clean shots, harder shots, cleaner shots. Shakur just looked like the better boxer. Would I like to see Shakur fight like this again? No, because I felt like he did take he got hit too much, and if it was somebody in there like a Tank or somebody like that, it wouldn't have turned out the way he wanted it to turn out. But like I said, Shakur looked awesome last night. I don't want to take nothing away from him. I just felt like he had to do that to show the haters and show everybody like, hey, I can be this guy. I can get in the middle of the ring and turn that shit over. But like we said on last episode, hit, not be hit, move around. So shout out to Shakur, man. He looked perfect last night. He did his thing. Shout out to Zepeda too. But like I said, Zepeda looked like Zepeda, and I already knew Shakur was going to come in and win this fight. And yeah, man, shout out to them guys.
I love the fight. Shakur got the performance of the night for me. I know we'll talk about Hamzah Sheeraz next, but I love the fight. I love the fight that Shakur fought. This fight actually went exactly how I envisioned it. Like we knew Zepeda was coming in to be busy. We knew Shakur's defense was on an elite level. I think it's even more higher up than we thought. Like the
Yeah,
way that he was
yeah,
on the ropes using the shoulder roll and slipping punches, and Shakur looked great last night. Like I don't think that there's anything, nobody can say anything about him now.
not at all.
There was times when he was talking about wanting to fight Tank, and I'm like, I don't even think I want to see that anymore. You're just gonna run. And not saying he wouldn't still, but he showed that he can be an elite defensive fighter, still trade, still engage. His combinations were great, his punches were sharp, they were accurate. Like I said, defensively, it was Floyd-esque. Like
Okay, okay.
Shakur looked great last night, and I'm that was a performance of the night for me. I'm really excited to see him back.
That was a great performance. And I was going to ask you, did you see flashes of Floyd and Shakur last night? Did you see little
Did you see the
resemblance
way
of
he was
Floyd?
on the ropes?
I seen it. The shoulder
Like even on
roll.
the like Zepeda really wasn't hitting nothing really.
No.
Like it was. I know it was a part of his game plan. He's punching arms, he's punching shoulders, he's punching the neck, like trying to break you down. But Shakur was just blocking everything, slipping stuff, and
Also,
like
t- also too, I don't think he was really trying to hit arms and shoulders. He was aiming for the head. He just couldn't get. the head. So he was getting whatever he get, arms, shoulders. Shakur looked perfect in that last night, man. I'm definitely waiting to see him back. So I got a question for you. Next, who would you like to see him with next?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm seeing talks about Roach. I'm seeing talks about Schofield, even though he said he won't give Schofield another chance. I'm seeing a little different talks, man. Who would you like to see him with next?
I want Tank. I want to see him in Tank. I do. I think that's not the biggest fight, second biggest fight in boxing. But I wouldn't mind that Schofield fight either. I know he said he wouldn't give him another chance. He said that he wants something in the contract that if they pull what they pulled last time, that they get fined or something.
Okay,
So he
okay.
wants like consequences if they pull what they pulled last
That's
time. Talking
understandable.
about how
That's understandable.
yeah, talking about how he had guns drawn. He had called people to get guns drawn on them and stole passports and all this whatever they were saying. But I would like that fight. I think that's the two right there for him. I don't want to see him take. I forgot the guy's name that he was trying to fight before
What
Zepeda.
about what about Mortala?
I mean, yeah, but nah, it gotta be these big fights. Like let's see what let's see. He just performed on an elite level. Not too many guys are gonna go in there and fight the way that he fought against Zepeda. Zepeda's an
No,
elite
for sure.
fighter, but let him go in there with some more elite guys and figure it out. I think that he should get the winner of Tank and Rhodes. I do think Tank wins the rematch. So
Okay.
let's get him in Tank. If he can't get Tank, let's get him and Schofield.
Okay. I'm good
There
with
was
it
a
either
moment
way.
in the fight too. There was a moment in the fight too to where Zepeda rocked Shakur, and it surprised me a little bit because I'm like, I didn't even think Shakur could get hit, but he rocked him. He knocked him off balance a little bit. Shakur bounced right back and started engaging again. I'm like, yo, Shakur. I don't know if it was the Tom and Jerry comments.
Oh
I
no,
don't know
it
what it
was all
was,
that. It was all
but
that. Like I said, he
he
definitely had to
turned it
shut.
up
No, for sure. Turkey comments definitely had something to do with that. The Tom and Jerry shit, the making the ring smaller. So I think he definitely shut all the. I think he definitely shut all the haters up with that. And shout out to Shakur, man. He just did his fucking thing last night. He looked amazing.
for sure, for sure, for sure. This was one of them performances. Like maybe he doesn't want to take as much punishment as he did tonight, but I don't want to see him go back to what he was doing either.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, don't just come and show us what you can do and then go back to
yeah,
jumping around, jumping backwards and shit. Like
yeah.
come back. Don't get hit as much as you did tonight, but still show that you
Keep
can be
the
defensive
keep
and
the pressure
engage.
on. Yeah, keep the pressure on. But I saw
Yeah.
him last night after the fight in the press conference. He said he would never fight like that again. Like, he just had to,
Yeah.
make a statement, which he made. Everybody saw it, everybody understands. So let's get back to Shakur, man.
We got the main event. This might have been a shock to everybody. We got Edgar Berlanga getting knocked out by Hamzah Sheeraz. Listen, Edgar Berlanga, if you really watch that ring walk, I went back, I rewatched the fight, I rewatched the ring walks, I watched everything. If you watch the ring walk, Edgar Berlanga was walking out slow as shit. All that shit he talked, the King
Yeah,
of New York, he's knocking everybody out. He's knocking Oscar out after he knocked Sheeraz out. And
yeah,
all that shit he talked, it looked like the moment was too big for him. Like, if you really watch, he was walking slow as shit for that ring walk. He looked scared. And it didn't make sense to me because now he's calling himself the biggest star in boxing and all
yeah,
this. And, he
yeah.
went toe to toe with Canelo and all that. So it was weird. So you come in. I feel like I feel like Edgar Berlanga fought the fight that Sheeraz should have fought, and I feel like Sheeraz fought the fight that Edgar Berlanga should have fought,
Okay.
and it went in Shiraz's favor. Like, Berlanga was trying to jab and keep Sheeraz on the outside. Berlanga's not that great of a boxer. He has a lot of power. That one-punch power can get somebody out of here quick. And when
Yeah,
he did throw it, it's with bad intentions. Hamzah Sheeraz got on the inside and was trying to mix it up with him.
yeah,
And ended up, he dropped him twice, and then they eventually called it. Beautiful performance by Hamzah Sheeraz. I think he's definitely put himself on the cusp of
for
stardom.
sure,
Like,
for
people are going to
sure,
know who the fuck Hamzah
for
Sheeraz
sure.
is now. That was one of them performances in Edgar Berlanga's hometown. He brought all the New Yorkers out, all the
Yeah,
Puerto Ricans out.
yeah,
He walked out with Fat Joe and Remy. He had the King of New York on his waistband.
yeah, yeah.
This was I knew Hamzah Sheeraz was gonna win. I didn't see him knocking him out just because I thought, why risk going in there with that power when you can just outbox him all night.
Yeah, yeah,
But Hamzah Sheeraz thought otherwise. He did. I don't even think he respected his power.
Not at
And
all.
this really wasn't surprising to me though, because I said that I was talking to someone in the comments, and I said this to you as well. We know that Edgar Berlanga don't have a chin.
Yeah.
He got dropped multiple times in his career. He's been dropped in sparring. I know sparring doesn't count, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
been dropped. We've seen him dropped a few times. He don't have a chin. So once Hamzah caught him the first time, I was like, okay, maybe he'll recover. He got up. He didn't look so good. He
Yeah.
dropped him again. When he dropped him the second time, his head hit the mat. Whenever a fighter's head hits the mat like that,
They pretty
it's
much,
over.
yeah, they pretty much
He got
done.
saved by the bell. He got saved by the bell. And then Hamzah came out and put that pressure on him and got him out of there. It was a beautiful performance. Beautiful performance.
I'm gonna say I was honestly shocked at the fight. I came in, I picked Berlanga, and I only picked Berlanga off the strength of lasting 12 rounds with Canelo. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be honest, and I didn't think Sheeraz could box like that. I honestly thought Berlanga was gonna go in there and honestly knock Sheeraz out because I felt like he had a lot to prove. He was saying Shiraz is Turkey guy, and so Turkey made the comments already about Shiraz, hoping he don't lose. So I just went in with the mindset like, Berlanga got a lot to prove, you know what I'm saying? Plus his power. But he fooled me last night. Shiraz put on a good ass show last night. Shiraz, he got my respect. He honestly got my respect. Like I said, I overlooked Shiraz. I definitely overlooked Shiraz. I thought he was going to get in there. I really wasn't going to show up for the test, but he went in there. He put belt to ass, man. He put belt to ass, and that was a real great performance. He looked powerful. He looked strong. He looked fast. Like the reach, his length, everything. Like I won't even say he outboxed Berlanga because he didn't even get a chance to outbox Berlanga. And then the first
No, he didn't.
knockdown, I feel like that was the best one. That was the best one, the first knockdown because he caught him and you can see Berlanga like back up. Then he hit him with like a four piece and Berlanga just went down. So after that, I pretty much knew Berlanga was like, I knew he couldn't fuck with this guy at all. Berlanga was frustrated. You see him kept knocking his gloves together on the ground and just like he just really couldn't believe it. But like I said, I feel like he overlooked Shiraz. He went in there too cocky, too confident. He just didn't understand us. He didn't scope the scenery. And it didn't work out in his favor.
Yeah, and then when you look at a guy like Hamzah Shiraz, you look at how tall he is. He's real tall. He's real lanky. He's real awkwardly built. He got big ass feet.
Yeah,
He's British, but he's Pakistani.
yeah,
He doesn't look the part. So I think people overlook him just off of how he
for
looks, because he
sure,
really doesn't
for
look the
sure.
part. Even when he was in there, he looked awkward.
He
Even the
looked
way
real
he fights,
awkward,
he looks awkward. But he got some power and he can box. And I think he proved, like, he definitely gained some fans last
for
night.
sure.
And like Shiraz is one of them. He's going to be a force at 168. And I think he could even, this was his first fight at 168. He
Yeah,
could move up to 175,
no,
no
for
problem,
sure,
I
for
think,
sure.
just off of the way that he's built. So my question is, do you feel bad for Berlanga? Do you want to see Berlanga some more?
I don't feel bad for Berlanga, but the thing with Berlanga is Berlanga pops it a lot. Like he runs his mouth a lot, he taunts a lot, he trolls a lot. Even at the press conference, you see him throwing panties and wigs at Oscar. And like I said, all of that, you got to keep that energy when you get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep writing checks, your hands can cash. I'm not feeling bad for you. You just gotta turn it up or get up out the sport. And would I like to see him again? I would definitely like to see him again. Against who? I don't know. He definitely need to go back to the drawing board and figure everything out. But I did have a little tape. How about him and Plant? They both coming off losses. They both talking about fighting each other, and I feel like that'd be a good comeback for the both of them.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good observation right there. Yeah. They're both coming off of losses. Who can bounce back?
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
both had their
that's
little
a good
beef.
one.
They
That's
both
a
had
good
their
one.
little beef at a point of a time.
Uh-huh.
So I definitely
Yep.
like to. I definitely like to see
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one. That's a good one. I can agree with you on that. It's like when a guy is in his hometown and he gets knocked out the way that Berlanga did, you want to feel bad for him, but it's hard for me too when Berlanga's talking the way that he's talking. He's acting the way he's
Popping it.
acting. He's, like you said, throwing panties and wigs and money and calling people strippers. As entertaining as it is, it's hard, and I can't. But I do want to see him bounce back. I do want to see. I like that Plant fight.
All right, so I got a question. I seen talks, it's talks out already that Sheeraz done what Canelo couldn't do in 12 rounds. Do you look at Canelo different? Do you look at Sheeraz different, being as though this is his first fight at 168 and he knocked him completely out in 5 rounds versus as Canelo was the natural at that weight and couldn't get him out of there? Do you look at it a certain way or nah?
I get what people are saying, but styles make fights, and styles determine the outcomes of fights. Canelo dropped him in, well, I believe the second, or maybe it was the
Yeah.
third round. He dropped Berlanga. He just didn't go in for the kill, but he won all 12 rounds. So it's like, I don't hold that against Canelo.
My whole thing
Maybe if
was
Canelo was younger, he would have knocked him out.
I don't think Berlanga went in there and fought Shiraz the same way he went in there to fight Canelo. So that's why, like you going in there to fight a Canelo, you're gonna be on your fucking A game and your P's and Q's. Like we said, he went in there with Shiraz. I believe he overlooked them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that's why I think the conflict come in that. But other than that, man, shout out to Shiraz, man. He did his thing.
To your comment that I don't think they fought the same. I don't think he fought him the same way. He didn't really do much of nothing in either fight.
Yeah.
Like Berlanga, he came out. He was just kind of jabbing, and he didn't really do much against Shiraz. He didn't really do much against Canelo. He survived. That's about
Yeah.
it. Then
I just
yeah,
honestly feel like
I
he
don't know.
went in there real cautious with Canelo. Like I feel like he went in there with Shiraz and he was a little cocky. You know what I'm saying? Like with Canelo, he was tight. You know what I'm saying? So
Was he cocky or was he cautious? I took it as cautious.
for who?
For Shiraz, I took it as cautious. You think that was cocky?
I think he was a little. I think he
Maybe
went
I
in
saw
there.
it
I
different.
think he went in there a little cocky because, as you see, when he fought Canelo, he really wasn't trying to knock Canelo head off per se. Like yesterday with Shiraz, like he was really trying to get in there and mix with Shiraz. That's why I think he fucked up bad. I don't think he took his time. He just tried to step on the gas a little too early, and it cost him.
For sure. They're talking about Hamzah Shiraz fighting Canelo. I think that's the fight that Turkey wants. Do you like that fight? Is Hamzah Shiraz deserving of that fight?
I feel like he should have one more fight before he gets to Canelo. No, I mean I feel like yeah, everybody that's just like somebody win one fight and say fight Tank next. Like you know what I'm saying? Like nah, slow down a little bit. But I'll definitely like to see him in another fight before he gets to Canelo. Maybe Benavidez, somebody in that, somebody in that caliber before he gets to Canelo. But I'll definitely like to see him in Canelo, but not right next.
No, because I think it would just be too long for him to fight Canelo next. Like I think that would be too long of a layoff because
Yeah, for sure.
Canelo only fights in May and September. So to wait all the way for May, because Canelo already got a fight for September, so to wait all the way for May, unless Turkey puts the pressure on and makes Canelo fight
Yeah.
somewhat sooner. But Canelo got two dates out of the year, Cinco de Mayo and September. So I don't think he should wait that long. That would be way
No,
too long.
no.
I want to see him and Charlo next. Charlo looked real good in his last fight.
Okay.
I want to see him and Charlo next. That's what I want to see.
I won't be mad at that. I won't be mad at that. I definitely want to see Shiraz again. I definitely want to see what he can do. Like, I definitely want to see him showcase his talent a little more. Like, that they was real quick. I definitely want to see more Shiraz.
I think that's all we got. Good night of boxing.
Great night of
We're going
boxing.
to be locked in next week for Pacquiao and Barrios, Daniel Dubois and Usyk next week. It's loaded next week, too. We'll be right back at it. But with that being said, take us out of here, brother.
All right, 101 Boxing fan, that's all we got for y'all tonight. If you like this episode, don't forget to hit that like and share button. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, 101.
101.